Hey everyone, Tyson the Subaru specialist from Subaru Prince George here. We're taking a look at the 2022 Subaru WRX. This is a sport tech with eyesight with the Subaru performance transmission, the automatic. It's the new body style. It's in that new color you can only get on the full load models, that solar orange pearl. Sharp looking color, it catches eyes. The camera really doesn't do it justice. It does look really shiny. We have started doing a ceramic coating to all of the WRXs and BRZs that we get in. Just something that 95% of our clients take anyway, so we figured we'd skip that step where people are actually having to wait to get that done. But water's beating off it really nicely right now because it just got done in the last couple days. That new front end, don't worry, this hood gap isn't normally here. I figured I'd give you guys a quick look at the engine bay. Nothing overly new and exciting. It's a Subaru engine bay. They all look very similar. Top mount intercooler, which you expect. The intercooler, like a shrouding. It's soft rubber, easy to form fit. Pretty much everything the average consumer is going to touch is in yellow. You've got brake fluid, washer fluid, oil, coolant. Don't open that when it's hot. Dipstick. Oil filters up top, really easy to access. Air filters right there. It is kind of a ram air. It takes the air in through the grill, forces it there, and then it actually ends up going down and coming back up through here because the turbo's on the lower portion. I don't know if we can actually see it, see where it's coming from there. Probably not. It is fairly compact, so that's just one of those things. Close that for you. I really like the new hood. The hood is probably my favorite aesthetic part of the car. I really like the new top mount intercooler scoop, the functional. I really like it. I like the look. It's not quite as tall, it's wider. And again, it's all personal preference. The headlights on the 22s are a little bit smaller. They are steering responsive, so they will turn when you turn. LED fog lights at the bottom. And now, since they're steering responsive, and I'm kind of here by myself today, I'm gonna see if I can set this up and get you guys to see that. So I'm gonna pause it, I'm gonna set the camera up, I'm gonna get in the car, and I'm gonna start it with the camera outside, and we'll see how it goes. So I'm gonna run and hop in the car, turn it on, and you should be able to see these swivel. And then I'll get back out. Well, hopefully that caught it. Hopefully you guys can appreciate where that would be beneficial to you as a driver at night. Now, the controversial part of this car, the fender flares, the cladding along the bottom, it's definitely not for everyone. I quite like it. It's in an area that normally gets beat up by rock chips. Even if you have rally armors, mud flaps, whatnot, they do get beat up. You do get functional vents here for airflow, help with brake cooling. You got the 18-inch wheels on the Sport Tech. They're 245/40 R18s. Good looking wheel. From a distance, if you don't know what's cladding, with the cladding at the bottom, it makes it seem like it's got more ground clearance, kind of that rally style. Goes onto the door and around. And since it has the Subaru performance transmission, you do get the eyesight system with those backup sensors. And they'll actually apply the brakes if it thinks you're gonna hit something in reverse between speeds of 1 and 15 kilometers an hour. Absolutely terrifying. You get the quad tip exhaust. It sounds good, in my opinion. It does have, all the sports and sport techs get the little lip spoiler. I wish this was black and this strip was body color. Can't have everything. Keyless access to the trunk. Normally, they're between these two stars, but on the WRXs, it's to the left of the star there. As long as you have the key on you, you can pop it open, or you can open it from, of course, the key fob, or from the driver's seat. Big trunk, 1/2 liter more storage than the previous generation. Cargo trays from the previous gen do almost fit perfectly. There is a little bit of a discrepancy for the layout. Underneath here in the Canadian models, spare tire kit. Yes, one of my previous videos, and I will include that link to that video below, but it has the part number for the spare tire and wheel. If any of our American friends want to order it, or you need to order one in Canada and your dealership can't find it, As we come around to the second row, I guess it would actually help if I unlocked it. And it is that fob that you would expect. The Subaru button itself is the unlock button, which is kind of different. The only brands I know that do that are Subaru and BMW off the top of my head. Black and red is it's kind of always been Subaru's performance colors on the interior of cars. The carbon fiber trim. You get the ultra suede with the leather bolstering, and it's that gray and black. Now, there is room for up to 3 passengers, decent headroom, decent leg room. If you need more storage, these do fold virtually flat. There's obviously a bit of an angle there. The outer 2 seats, you get heated seats high and low. Person in the middle unfortunately doesn't get one. USB ports for charging. Armrest out of the center if you only have 1 or 2 passengers. And because we know WRXs make great family cars, got access to the anchors, part of that latch system for the lower anchors and tethers for children, because Subaru's all about safety. So those designate where those anchors are. If you're ever going to put roof racks on it, Subaru will be coming out with an accessory for it, but they actually bolt right there. This door flips up. There's a place to put the screw in, or the bolt in, sorry, secure it. Got the tilt and slide sunroof. With it being a proximity key, you've got the lines on the door, lock, and to just prove that, if you wait a second, again, key has to be within about 3.5 feet. There you go. Probably didn't see it, but there is a little indicator to indicate that it's either locked or unlocked, and you can change that. If you don't like it, you can turn it off. But again, black with the red, power windows, locks, mirrors, carbon fiber accent trim, Harman Kardon audio system, phenomenal audio system in this car. You've got the power driver's seat, including lumbar. These bolsters, they're not super aggressive. They're soft, but they're enough to hold you in the corners. The Sport Tech gets the red WRX stitched on both the front driver and passenger headrests. Got the ability to open the trunk. This controls the brightness for the gauges, and you have traction control, which you can turn off for fun. Push button start, so of course, keys in my pocket, foot's on the brake, light is green, green means go. Foot's not on the brake, green light is not there. If you press it once, twice, that's like putting it in the on position. You can listen to music, all the lights come up. You put your foot on the brake, comes to life. Now, you do have the D-shaped steering wheel, which is really nice, more carbon fiber, imitation carbon fiber trim. Red and black stitching, but really, really comfortable steering wheel to drive in. I've driven a little bit, mostly to the gas station to fill up sold cars, but I imagine at higher speeds, it's gonna be a blast. Headlights, you've got auto. It's the momentary safety switch. Can't accidentally have them turned off. Fog lights. You've got Bluetooth and audio controls. You can make and take calls, control the volume of the calls and the music. Right-hand side has our adaptive cruise and our lane centering. So the vehicle will follow the vehicle ahead of you at a set distance if you catch up while using cruise. That's part of the EyeSight stereo camera system, Subaru's safety system. They've stuck it behind the glass because glass is a lot cheaper than replacing cameras or sensors. It's a great system. It does automatic emergency braking, which should hopefully stop you from hitting people and vehicles. I have had a customer tell me it stopped them from hitting a moose. And it does save you 10% on your basic insurance here in BC. Lane centering above 60, it'll help keep you between the lines. And you can either have it where it'll keep you between the lines or just give you a warning buzz. But now I've got it turned on. It was set to just the buzz, but now it'll keep you above and it'll indicate which lines the cameras can see. Turn those off. Now, you do get 3 different drive modes: intelligent, sport, sport sharp. So you can see bottom left next to the P for park, it says S for sport, I for intelligent. You'll notice that blue line is not quite as aggressive as the yellow. So you essentially have regular, passing, race car. That's essentially how I break it down for people. Sport Sharp's very, very aggressive. Your RPMs sit higher, it's more responsive. You're of course gonna use more fuel, but it's for more spirited driving. It's a cool setup. We've stolen the 11.6-inch touchscreen from the Outback and Legacy. And there's a little bit of glare there. Sorry about that. But they've broken it into 3 parts. The top portion, what you're listening to. That'd be nav, destination. Water temp, oil temp, you can change those widgets around. These are the ones I typically recommend. And then you get weather, which is part of your satellite radio trial. 4-way flashers. Detailer's just left that on there. Main portion of the screen does nav. It's powered by TomTom. No subscription fee, free for life. You get one free update within the first 3 years. I'll put the link to the website in the video description. Easy to use. I call that the little Monopoly house. That's your home screen. You've got access to the My Subaru app, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It is a wired connection for those. You don't have wireless yet. Media is your Bluetooth or USB, aux cord, whatnot. And then the bottom portion here, we have dual zone climate control. So you and your passenger can have 2 separate temperatures. Press it, brings it up. We'll go low. It's also where you turn on your 3-stage heated seat. Press it on the passenger side. You can have 2 separate temperatures. Now, if the passenger's getting out, driver doesn't want to fiddle around with that side, because you do have the physical buttons. You can do it from there. You press sync, and it syncs it. You've got your fan strength controls down here. Press that. Brings up max AC. You can control where you want your airflow. Bunch of options. Now, under settings, you can't wreck anything. You've got general, you've got sound, navigation, car, radio. Wi-Fi settings is to hook your phone. Sorry, not your phone. Your car up to your home Wi-Fi to possibly download any audio updates or software updates in the background. Helps with small things. It's a great thing. I do recommend people do that. You hook it up and then you go down to wherever it is. Software update. Automatically check, automatically download, or you can manually select to update. Below the screen here, we have our 2 USB ports for charging, music listening, or doing Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Aux cord, 12-volt outlet. This is a little bit of rubberized phone storage. Most phones are probably not going to fit here anymore. Change tray, charge cable, storage, that sort of thing is really what it's going to end up being. Of course, since it's the Subaru Performance transmission, it's an automatic. You have manual mode, you have the paddles, and these paddles are actually quite nice in my opinion. They're clicks. There's not so much pull like on the previous generations or the different models in Subaru's lineup. Park brakes electronic, pull up to turn it on, foot on the brake and push down to turn it off. You've got cup holders with a flippy thing so you can fit larger cups. Center console also has a 12-volt outlet in it for charging needs. It's not giant, but it's there. My favorite feature in any vehicle ever, auto dimming rearview mirror. There's no switch to flick, it just automatically dims if someone's got their high beams on behind you. The best thing ever. 3 home link buttons. You can hook up to 3 separate garage doors to your mirror. So you don't have to carry a bulky opener on like your sun visor or anything like that. Vanity mirror with light for both driver and passenger. And then up top here, you have access to your connected services, SOS, roadside. You've got your sunroof controls. I'm gonna turn that on. These are halogens. I do believe they're coming out with an LED upgrade. Yeah. That's the regular size sunroof, both tilt and slide. So that is a brief overview of the 2022 Subaru WRX Sporttech in the solar orange pearl. I am Tyson, the Subaru specialist from Subaru Print Storage. If you guys have any questions about this car or any cars in our lineup, any of the features, you want to see something, please let me know in the comments below. I do try to get back and answer any questions or take any feedback you guys have. Well, if there's anything, let me know, and I'll talk to you guys soon.